Yeah. Now, please tell me any questions from previous session.
I'm good.
Okay, that's good. Good to know. So we're creating here a flat object, right? So let's create another object for flat here. How do I create object for flat?
Publics.
I want to create object. I don't want to create class. I want to create object.
Uh, we already created for flat, right? Again, we are creating another object.
Yes, we're creating another object. We created one object here. We're
So
going to
like
create second object.
flat, F2 new flat.
Right here, flat f2 equals to new flat. That will create object for f2. Flat, another object f2. Then what is the next step we need to do?
You need to assign again F2 dot owner, F2 dot members, F2 dot rent.
Okay, so created them. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll try to print these values, owner, rent, and this one for f2. So it's out to print this one SYSIOUT, and if you want to print f1 dot owner, it's going to print the owner here. Going to print the members. It's going to print the members, and f2 dot rent is going to print the rent here. Okay, now if I run this one, what will the output for these things here?
F owner members and HEMA for 45,000.
Okay, and what is about this one?
This one we haven't given any value for that variable, right?
Correct. We haven't given any value. That's correct. Then what will be the output if we don't give any value? Or you can say we have not initialized them.
Initialize. Did you,
Initializing,
did we
giving
say
in.
initialize?
Yeah, I did say that. Mhm. So what will be the output? Let's see. We're getting null, 0, and 0.0. These are called as default values.
Oh, we get default values. Okay.
Because this, whenever there is instance member or instance variable, they will have default values if it is not assigned. But for this one, f1 owner, f1 member, f1 rent, we have some other value because the assigned value, whatever you have assigned.
Right.
Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, moving on. So effectively, what you can say that once you create object here, it is our responsibility to initialize the instance variable. Initialize means initializing, assigning some initial value.
Okay.
If we don't, it will be null or 0 based on the type of variable.
Okay.
So that you can say here, effectively, how many lines of code do I have to write to create one object? Effectively, in this case.
In this case, 4 lines.
Exactly. Effectively 4 lines, right? Based on the number of instance variable does it have. Actually, to create object here, this one line is sufficient. But if you create just one line here, and it is having 3 instance members, then you're getting null, null, null. That doesn't make sense. If we create flat f3 also, and I try to do like this one, so there is no difference between f2 and f3. What I'm trying to say is, f2 is here. If I create f3 here like this, similarly, I need to give different name, f3, and f3 here. You run this one, This 3 is 0, null 0 0. This also is going to be the same.
Right.
So effectively, there is 4 lines we have to create. Like we need to write to create object.
Right.
Okay. Now the next question is, if you have example, you have 9 instance variables here. Now it is 3 here. If you have 9 instance variable, how many lines of code do you have to write to create one object?
Nine lines of code.
9 and plus 1 is to create object.
Oh yeah, 10.
10. So if you have to create 10 objects, how many lines of code you have to write?
100.
Isn't it getting huge?
Yes.
Okay. So then this Java people thought of something called as constructor. What is it?
Constructor.
Constructor is used to initialize the instance members.
Initialize what?
Instance members, instance variables. These are instance variables, right? These are instance variables.
Okay.
To initialize them, there is something called constructor, and that's constructor will be called every time when you create the object.
Okay.
Okay. Now this is a constructor, as we discussed earlier. The entire thing is object here. To create object, we need to write new and call the constructor of that particular class.
Okay.
Right now, in our class, do we have any constructor? In
New.
our class right now, do we have any constructor?
This new flat is a constructor.
Yeah, flat is a constructor. This is a constructor.
Okay.
Do we have any such thing in our class here? Actually, we don't. Right now, we don't have anything in our class called flat constructor. So Java compiler is designed in such a way that if a class doesn't have any constructor, compiler will provide default constructor.
Okay.
Okay. If the class doesn't have any constructor, Java will provide default constructor. But if class have any constructor, Java compiler won't provide default constructor.
If there is a constructor, Java won't provide any constructor, right?
Correct. So let's create a constructor here, because we don't want to write every time like this one. What we'll do, we'll pass to the constructor. Let's create a constructor here. Constructor name is same as class name. So the public flat. Okay, this is a constructor. And this one will accept what is it? We want to accept the name here, string flat owner. I'll write int flat members and write int double flat rent. Like so. So now I have created a constructor. You can see here, right? This is a constructor. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
created,
I lost you. Could you please repeat? Like.
Sure. I just have created a constructor like this.
Okay.
Once I create a constructor, Java compiler won't provide default constructor anymore.
Okay.
That's why you're getting issues here.
Okay.
Getting issues. Okay. Now what will we do? We'll pass this value. We'll not use this default constructor. We'll be using this flat constructor. So I'll pass the HEMA. And pass 4. I'll pass here whatever the amount is to this one. Now, do I see error here?
No.
So what is happening? Now we're calling the parameterized constructor.
Parameterized constructor.
Okay. We're calling the, you can say, customized constructor. Earlier one, default constructor. Now it is customized constructor. So I know I'm saying a lot of new words, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll get them once you get in the videos. You will get them. Okay. You should please uh, ask the Vishal or anyone from our company to give this one, because I'm not authorized to provide videos now
Yeah,
directly.
yeah, yeah. I'll let them. Yeah, I'll ask them maybe today, maybe once after the class.
Yeah, the sooner you get, the sooner you can go to the videos, because if you get the videos after 10 days, and you'll not have time to go through all of the 10 videos, 10 hours of session. That will eat up your entire day.
Right, right.
So you should ask them regularly how can you access them and all. They will definitely help you out with that.
Okay.
Right. So now what do you see here? Now I passed 10,000 HEMA 4 and 45,000 to the constructor, customized constructor. Now if I pass them, those will be stored here,
Right.
right? And what kind of variables are this? Is it instance variable or local variables?
Local variables?
Exactly. Something is there within a constructor or a method, those are local variables. Something declared. Now it is declaring under this one, correct? Now this owner, members, and the rent, these are the instance variable, because they are declared under the class directly, not under any other method or constructor, correct?
So if they're declared under the constructor, they are the local variables.
Local constructor, or maybe inside a method.
Okay.
Now see here, now this one thing is, now our data comes here, HEMA here, 4 here, and 45,000 here. Agree with me?
Yes.
And now, which one are you printing? This one F1 dot owner members rent. Which one are you printing? We're printing this instance variables, right? We're
Okay.
printing the instance variables, but our data is in the local variable. Then what is the next step we should do?
Okay.
We're printing the instance variables, and our data is in the local variable. What is the next step we should do?
You should call the local variable.
We should
Um,
transfer the data from local variable to instance variable. Yes or no? We should transfer the value from local variable to instance variable.
right.
So how to do that? Are you okay? I disturbed?
No, no, I'm okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I thought like it was
No, sometimes your voice breaks, so I was like kind of, hard to catch up with you.
okay. Is it this internet speed is looks good? Anything maybe there could be some issues. Yeah. So now I pass the data into the, now our data is stored inside the instance variable for F1. In case of F1, it is F1.
Right.
Right? Now we'll do the same thing for flat F2 and F3. So for flat F2 here, I'll pass here RAM. Something came up. Let me see. Okay. I'll give here members. I'll write 2 here. Right here. 40,000. And for F3 here, I'm going to pass here. Shank. We'll pass 6 here. Pass. So there is no error now. Do you have any error now?
No.
Right now, so you see, to create one object, you can just write a single line.
Right.
Now, if I run this one, it should print them. Hello.
Okay.
Yeah. I think there's some parties going on.
Oh, my kids are here.
Okay. Prashant here, Ram here, and Hema here.
Okay.
Any question on this one? Please ask me.
I'm good.
Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a member to F1. How to add a member? I can call f1 dot add member. Okay, and at
Okay.
the end, if I print here f1 dot members, how much I'm going to get? The last output.
F1 dot members is 4.
I was supposed to get 4, but in between I had called f1 dot add member.
Oh, okay.
If I do this one, it will add member count to one more. So that's how it's going to be
5. Let me
5.
Okay.
Any question?
No.
Now, if I print f2 dot members, what is the output you will get here?
F2 dot members. What is F2? 2 plus 1, 3.
The question is why 3? Did I call f2 dot add member?
Oh, no. It's 2.
It's supposed to be 2.
Okay.
Now, if I call, I'll take this one out. If I call f2 dot clean flat.
F2 dot?
Clean flat. What is the output I'm going to get, or what is going to happen?
We don't get any output.
And why is it? We need to go to clean flat. We need to go to clean flat method. Please go inside clean flat method. What is there? And where?
Oh, flat
Yeah,
is clean for owner.
flat in place for whom? Owner means it is Hema, Sushant, or Ram. Which one?
F2, right? It should be Ram.
Exactly. Clear on this one? Creating objects?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll go to that topic here. That is, what's the stuff here? Over here. A constructor in Java is a block of code. If you see like this one, there's a lot of things. If you see one by one, please take a look. What does it say?
Okay. A constructor in Java is a block of code similar to a method that's called when an object is created.
Agree with me?
Yes.
Now there are two types: default constructor and customized constructor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now what did it says?
Java compiler provides a default constructor if the class don't have any constructor.
As discussed.
Yes.
Next is
Constructor name must be same as class name.
yeah. You saw here constructor here. This is a constructor, right? This is a constructor. This is a method. So what is the difference that you can see between constructor and a method?
Constructor name and class name is same.
Okay, that's good. Okay, and anything more?
It has a methods have void.
Okay. Yeah, you mean to say method have return type? Constructor doesn't have return type, correct?
Doesn't have any. Yes.
Because it is used to just initialize the instance variable, nothing more than that. Okay. And
And it has the variables.
that's a different thing. Method can also have these variables. What do you think? Parameters, right? Method can also have parameters. We do this add method and all, right?
Right.
That's nothing. So next thing is method can be called as many times as required. But what about this one flat constructor will be called only one time when the object is created.
Right.
Doesn't return type, what you told is correct. It's called one during the object creation here. Construct is generally used to initialize the state of an object. State of an object means initializing the instance variables.
Okay.
Any question on this one?
No, I'm good.
Moving on. What?
String.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the next topic, string here. What is string?
It's a data type, reference data type.
Reference data type. Why is it called a reference data type?
No idea.
Because it is referencing to character. We have
Oh.
primitive type characters, right? So any combination of characters within double quotes is string,
Right.
and it is string construction. How do you construct string? So construction, you could like this one or you could like this one. We can construct it in either of the way.
Okay.
And okay, let's create a string here. How to create a string? As I told, I'll take here string demo. So are you creating a project and you're practicing the steps what we're discussing?
I haven't started it. I have to.
See, the thing is, key of success is you get started as soon as possible.
Yeah.
New string. Within that double quotes are right here. Rabbit. Okay. There's a way to strings read. Now if I print S1, it should print rabbit. Run this one.
Your voice just.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll try to disconnect from a different thing here. If this is the issue. Just give me 1 second.
Okay.
I'll be disconnected for a while and I'll just deconnect it.
Okay. Meanwhile, I'll connect to my Eclipse. I think I have some issue with my Eclipse.
Yes, please do that.
Make the screen hanging.
Hello? Let me know if you're able to hear me.
Yeah, it's good now.
It's better? Okay,
Yes.
fine. So what I'll do is I'll give you the screen now and you can share with me what you're saying. Yeah, you're free to share your screen.
You're seeing my screen?
Yes, I do.
I think I'm okay now. Now it opened. Earlier I had an error. I think I pinned to taskbar. That's when it had an issue opening up.
Okay, and what you can do, you can create a desktop. So tell me the place where you have Eclipse. Okay, right click on it. Right click on eclipse.exe. Yeah, hello. Just right click on eclipse.exe. Says click on send to, mouse over to send to, send to. It's there towards the middle.
Yeah, send.
No, no, it's not there. Click on create shortcut. No, create shortcut. Now the shortcut is created, right? Control X, that one. Got it? Yeah. And come to the desktop. Windows D. Anyway, you can press Windows button and D together. Yeah, you can hear. Just check in this desktop
So
where it
I
is
can
loading.
launch it from desktop.
Yes, yes. Please minimize everything. Come to the desktop and try closing this Eclipse and launching again. No, no, don't launch from here. You just go to the desktop and launch. I mean, you will not be
Yeah.
opening desktop like this, right? All the time.
Oh
Mostly,
no.
mostly you'll be using going to the desktop and opening this, right? Show the desktop. That's fine. Show desktop.
Where is my Eclipse?
Okay.
I don't use. Oh, it's in the.
Is there a pop-up in the background?
Earlier, yes, it was. It says some. There was a log file or some issue. Yeah,
They're
now I
doing
can. Okay.
okay. Hold on, hold on, hold on. As you clicked on that one, you has minimized the content part. So on the top right corner, there see top right corner. Don't click on anywhere. Do you see J? Top right corner, there is a J icon. Below it, there is a there's something. Below that, please click on it. Restore. No, no. Please click on restore.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
You can close this task list. There's
But
tab
this
called as
one
task
was
list.
under the Java Pro. Okay.
Everything's fine. You can close this task list. Also, can close. There's a tab right task list to the right. You can close that. It will give you more area. Also, close outline. You'll have more area to work on. Now, I would request you
Okay.
to start working on this because, see, going slowly will be definitely helpful. Okay, if you go regularly, it will be helpful. But if you start one day after 10 session, if you try to practice, you might forget many things.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah. Anything else you want to show me, or should I show you in my system?
No, I'm good. Yeah, we can continue.
Okay. Fine. Run this one. I get the output is drive it here. Okay. I can also do something like this one. String s2 equals to rabbit. Both the same or not? Or what is the difference? I'll write here string s3 equals to rabbit. Now, between S1, S2, and S3, what is the difference? Or we can say, you can tell me the difference between S1 and S2 and S2 and S3. What is the difference? Okay, no worries. No worries if you don't get. Now, the thing is, if you say about S1, S2, S3, S1 is, hello?
I'm here.
Okay. S1 is pointing to an object here, and that object is indirectly pointing to rabbit.
Okay.
Pardon me with my handwriting, it's not that good. Now about S2 here, S2 is directly pointing to rabbit,
Rabbit.
S3 also directly pointing to rabbit.
Rabbit.
Okay, so between S1 and S2, they are having the same content. Content is same, but they are not having the same reference. S1 is direct pointing to object and then is pointing to rabbit. S2 is pointing. So among the reference check, S1 and S2, they are different. They are not true. They are not equal, but they are same in terms of content. Okay.
Right.
Regarding S2 and S3, they are having the same content as well as the same reference. They are directly pointing to rabbit.
Right.
So that's why if I do here, do this one to check between content and reference check. If we do want to do content check, we're going to do like this one. Let's this out. Okay, and if you do content check, the output is going to be true or false. If you compare two things, it can be true, it can be false. If they're equal or not. Okay. So write here
Right.
boolean. I'll write here bool equals to. I'll compare S1 and S2. S1 equals to S2. Now we print bool. What will the output is true or false?
S1 false.
Correct, because they are not equal. They are not equal in terms of the reference. But if I do here, I can directly write that statement inside this out. S1 dot contains equals S2 if I do here. Now this thing what we're doing, we're checking in the content between S1 and S2. To check the content, we'll do here equals method.
Okay.
S1 dot equals S2. So if I run this one, I'm supposed to get true in this case.
Okay.
And what I'll do, I'll check between S2 and S3. S2 equals to S3. And the second thing is S2 dot equals S3. I'll do. I can do from S2 S3 or S3 S2. Doesn't matter. It can be in any direction.
Okay.
Okay. So see, the first one is false here. Even this one I can replace with this one, and need not create a new variable. Because these saw for the first time, I kept it here. I can take out this one, right?
Okay.
False, true, true, true.
Right.
Any question?
No.
And what is this one is called as? This one called as reference check.
Reference check.
And what is this one?
Content check.
Content check. Whenever you compare between two strings, always you should perform content check, not the reference check. Okay. This one is, I'm increasing out this one.
Okay.
Where's the stuff? Annotate. Clear all drawings. Object returns true if both reference point the same object is string if one the content inside them was same here.
Okay.
Clear on strings?
Yes.
And these are the methods inside string here. If you want to find out how many characters are there in the string. In this one, tell me how many characters we have for rabbit?
6.
6.
6.
If I want to know, correct. It is I'll do s1 dot length. Length is a method of string.
Okay.
I'll tell you how many characters are there in the string length. Likewise, there is a caret. If you want to find out character at some index. Now, what is the difference between index and position?
No idea.
Index will start from 0, position will start from 1. So,
Okay.
what is the index of this first B? It starts from 0,
2. 2.
2, correct. So, if you want to find out, I'll write this out. S1 dot caret. If I want to find 4, what do the output can I expect here? I want to find the character at 4, index 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. So we are finding it index or position?
Index. Caret is always index.
Oh, character is always index. So 4, 1, 0. I.
It's supposed to be I here, and it's true.
Okay.
Likewise, we have few more methods here. Is empty. If you want to check is empty or not. Okay, so we'll see here. Now I'll take here string A1 equals to this. String A2 equals to, give a space in between, like string A3 equals to null. Null means what?
No value.
Yeah, null means nothing at all, nothing, no value. Is there a difference between empty and null?
Yes.
What is the difference? Don't tell me the empty is empty, null is null. So yeah, empty means we have initialized it to empty. I'm saying that what is this? Empty. But about A3 here, we have given null means we have not initialized. Null means not initialized at all. So here, let us find out the length of the three things. A1 dot length. A2 dot length. A3 dot length here. I'm getting 0 for A1 because this one is empty.
Okay.
About A2, I'm getting 1 because there is space 1.
Right.
But about A3, I cannot call any method for a null.
Okay.
Null, I'll get the exception. What is that?
Null
What is
pointer.
written? Null pointer exception. Correct. Not only length method, I cannot call any method to a null. And null is not only specific to string. It can be anything, can be null. I can write here flat. We already saw, right? Flat f equals to null I can do. That means f is not, flat is not initialized. Flat f is not initialized.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the difference between null and empty. We saw here. We saw the length method. Likewise, if you go through them, there are a lot of methods. Trim means it will chop down the space before and after. If you have any space in between, it will not. It will be remain as it is.
Okay.
Likewise, to lowercase to uppercase need not tell you. Equals equal ignore case. Ignore case means what? It will ignore the case. A rabbit R capital and all small and all small. It will not differentiate. It will say both are equal. You see
Okay.
here, rabbit here, right? If you want to see here, so I don't want to spend more time on this one, no, in this one because you can go through them. If you have question, you can ask me.
Sure.
Rabbit dot equals. If I write here, I did. What the output am I gonna get here? I'll comment this one because it's going to get null here. What the output can I expect in this too?
It will ignore this.
No, it will say equals means it will say true or false. Or it will
Oh,
ignore. It's a method to say true or false.
okay.
So are they true in terms of content?
False.
They're false, right? Because the reason being, They're not equal.
Right.
If I put here r small, they will be equal now.
Yes.
Even if I put r here and I want to check, I don't want to ignore the, I don't want to differentiate them based on the case here. I can write ignore equals ignore case. If I run this one, now also is going to be true.
Right.
Likewise, you can go through this one and you can ask questions if you have. Starts with, ends with substring, or part of the string is substring. Likewise, you have these things.
Okay.
String. Any question?
I'm good.
That's good. The next topic is arrays here. Now, think about a situation as if you have three variables, what is the name we're going to give them?
3 variables.
Yeah, what are the names you will give them?
A, B, C.
A, B, C. Right, that's good. Okay, now you have, if you have 10 variables, what are the name you will give here?
Maybe A1, A2, A3.
Okay. And if you have 1,000 variables, it will be difficult to maintain because every variable name will be different.
Right.
Right? So in these cases, we can take the help of array.
Okay.
Okay. Array says that okay, you can create any number of variable names with the same name, but they will just differ by the index. They will
Okay.
differ by their index.
Okay.
So what is the array? Array is the index collection of fixed number of homogeneous data elements.
Okay.
We can repair multiple values under the same name, which improves code readability. It can be 1D, 2D, 3D, NED, popular 1D and 2D. Declaration, how do we do? We declare like this, or this. Anything is fine. And you, how to construct the array? You know the declaration, right? Declaration means just saying that okay, this is this. Now the values is given later on. It may be, may not be at the same place.
Okay.
Declaration and assignment, they're two different things.
Okay.
Construction is like this. To create an int array, we can construct like this. Okay. So let's do this. Okay. Let's. It can be integer array, it can be float array, it can be string array, it can be flat array, it can be any array. So let's take a string array. Let's take names here. How to get an array? String. After the data type, you need to give this square bracket.
Okay.
Okay. And we need to give the name. I'll write here names. It can be anything. I'm just giving the names. It can be zero zero ABCD. Doesn't matter. I'll give names here. I'm just giving it something relevant. Okay. Now equals to let's create an array of string of size 4. How do I create? Right, new and string and size 4. Once the value is assigned to 4, that cannot be changed.
Okay.
Now, if I have to fill the names inside this one, I have to how to access them, and there's they accessed by the index. So if I give them size is 4, then what will be the 4 variable? It starts from 0, then 0,
1, 2,
1,
3.
2, 3. Right. So let's give the name here. 0 equals to tell me a name please.
Maybe like text 1, text 2, text 3, text 4.
Okay, I'll go with real names. And I'll take one more. I'll take some name. I'll take some. Pawan. Sure. Now I have an array. In that I'll have four elements or
Okay.
four variables. This one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. An array. If you want to know how many elements are there, how can you know? Right here. Now,
Length.
why am I writing this out is I want to print. To get the length, I need not write this out, right? It is just to print. So you understand, right? Just
Right.
to print, I'm writing system.println. To get the name, I need to write names dot length.
Right.
So what is the output is going to give us?
Length of the name 4.
Correct. 4. Length of the name means length of the how many elements I have in this array. That is the length of this one.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if I have to access the third one, how do I access?
So
I
it will
want to
be
pin the third one.
name 1 names
Names?
names 1.
No. You can just directly do. If you give
Oh,
2 here, that means it will print the to access the second element, third element. Index 2 means third one, right?
right.
Position will start from 1. But index will start from 0.
0.
So if I will give 2, that's going to give me third one. That should be the Devika here.
Okay.
Any question on this one?
No. So if we have just one
Yeah.
sec. If we have like a n number of names, we can assign like
Like?
it should be names in the bracket the number and then assign the name, right?
Right.
Okay.
If you know entirely how many we want, we can take this one. If you don't know, if you have an estimate, you can take the higher value. That is possible.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, this is one way, or also there is direct way to give a name. I'll write a string array. Again, string array can have any array. I give a different name here. My names. I'll take the same thing. Within double quotes, what I'm doing, I'm writing Sham. I'll copy paste. That's better. Between this one and this one, there is no difference. This is just the short way to write this.
That's my names.
Variable name can be anything, right? It doesn't matter. Yeah,
Okay.
I cannot use the same variable name in both the places, right?
Okay.
But in this case, I don't have to say how many I want. I can just put here. If I want something like this, I want to put here like this. I'll put here. I'll give a name Sita.
Okay.
And if I want to find the length of my names, what can I do?
System dot out print and names dot length. My names dot length.
It's going to print 5. It's supposed to print 5.
Right.
Okay. And if I have to access the fifth one, how do I access?
System dot out. Mm,
I mean to say I need to print the fifth one. How do I access?
Yeah, I get it. From the second one, right?
Yeah,
Just say my name's
my name's
5.
in bracket 5 using, right?
Yes.
Oh, boom. What is it? Index out of bound. Yes,
Out of, oh, so it should be 4 because
it
index.
should be
Okay.
4 only. So what is this? This is like an exception. Just now we saw two exceptions. What is that? Null pointer exception and array index out of bounds exception.
Okay.
We'll learn about this in the exception. Need to give 4 here because it will start from 0.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
This is 1D array, and we'll learn about 2D array further. One will require them in the test ng. Okay.
Okay.
Any question in this 1D array?
I'm good.
Okay. This is what it is. Length is a variable. Now you see here, there's difference between length here. Length is in the string is two. It's a method in the string. In case of string, it's a method. In case of array, it's just a field.
Right.
In case of this one string, it will give you how many characters do we have in the string. But in case of arrays demo, it will tell you how many elements do you have. It may not be only string array. It can be integer array. It can be any array.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Fine. Yeah, that's all we have for today's session. We'll connect this tomorrow on the same time. Please be on time. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I'll think I've shared this one with this one. Vishal, you can just let him know about this.
Ram,
We should be good. Yeah.
Ram,
Hello.
no,
Yeah.
Ram, I have received it, Ram.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Then-
just talked to Vishal, and Vishal just forwarded these two PDFs we have shared with him.
Okay. And what about the videos?
Videos, I haven't received anything. He said he's going to share it later. I don't know why, but yeah, that's what he said. I think those videos are being uploaded to some shared drive, looks like.
Okay.
But can you also follow with him, okay, when you get a chance, okay?
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
Fine then. We'll wrap up now. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you, Ram.
Sure.
Welcome. Have a good. Thank you.
Thank you.